Hey everybody, I'm in student view, I guess that's why you can't see me, but this is a quick video on how to access and complete a virtual lab. So with your virtual lab, you've seen, if you've watched your DIMB video, you've seen that your data sheets are in your interactive notebook per unit, which is great. So you don't actually have to submit them any differently. They're submitted with your interactive notebook, but I do want to show you how to access the information that you need to complete a lab, a virtual lab in particular, because if it's a hands-on lab, you're getting that data in the course, like on the day. But if it's a virtual lab, which you're completing, potentially at home or with a group in class, if I'm not there, or you completed your necessary work late, things like that. So if you're doing those kind of things, you will access all of your information in the module. So let's just look at your first lab. I can't remember which one is your first one. Hold on. Let me see in your notebook. Which one is your first one? Can't remember if it's mass and change or mass and volume. So I want to show you with the first actual lab. So you guys are completing which lab first? Oh, physical and chemical changes lab first. All right, so I'm going to make sure all those are in the right order in your course. So physical and chemical changes lab, I'll get these moved around in the right order. So you'll click on physical and chemical changes lab in module 1. It'll give you your objective. It'll tell you a little bit about it. Now, the first link that you will see is to pull up if you're doing the lab hands-on in class, because this document, when you open it, is just, if it will come up, is just your procedure. So you will see, it'll give you a chance to pull that up. I'll check and make sure it goes in there correctly. But we also have our virtual lab. So if you click on this virtual lab, it's going to take you to a Google Doc that I've created of the lab itself. So it will give you the same procedure. So if for some reason you're on this and you're doing the hands-on lab, then you can click on the virtual lab if the procedure's not working. I don't know why it's not working right now. But you can go in here, read the purpose, do the pre-lab reading, pay attention to everything it states here. It'll give you your equipment. It'll tell you the chemicals that I use in the lab. Then it gives you your procedure, okay? So each one of these, it says is standalone. So like this is a procedure, this is a procedure, this is a procedure. And as you can tell, under these procedures, you see some blue links. Well, these blue links are going to allow you to go to my YouTube channel where I have actually completed these labs. Okay, so when you look at these, I'm going to wait till this kind of loads for a second. Okay, so there I am. It says PC Lab Part 1. You will watch this video of me completing this part of the lab following the procedure that was given here. I have those videos for all of the steps here. And then after step 5, you'll also see a link that says PC Changes Lab Photos. So I know it's kind of hard to read some of these data points and observations you need from a video. So I've actually taken pictures as well. So you'll click on that link and it will open up a slideshow, a Google Slides, of the data that I've collected. So like part 1, it shows you what the candle looks like after burning for 5 minutes so that you can get those physical observations that you need. Okay, you can relate those and put that data back in the lab following the instructions per the lab sheet. So let's say you've got these pulled up on separate tabs. The first one is the candle wax, and as you see here, hold on. As you see here, maybe if I can zoom in. to 100. It says 2 right here. So that means you need to give me 2 pieces of evidence that you notice, or 2 observations that you notice from the lab. And with this lab in particular, if you follow your instructions, it says you're only using these given evidences. So I don't want you to say, oh, it melted. Oh, it got shorter. Oh, it did this. You need to use these specific phrases here. That's very important for this lab. So this is what the candle looked like after 5 minutes. You pick 2 phrases that are listed here that explain those changes. Okay, so as you see, you've got your pictures. So this is how you access all the information from for a virtual lab. Submitting it is easy because that's done straight in your interactive notebook. So you'll fill out your data sheet based on the pictures and the videos. You'll answer these questions based on what you learned, and you'll give me a conclusion. For your conclusion, it says to restate your data. So make sure, like, you might want to tell me how many physical changes you had, how many chemical changes you had. You'll want to give me 2 potential sources of error. So what are 2 things that you saw maybe I didn't do right in the video? Like maybe I'll say, oh, I need to do that again because I messed this up. Or what are 2 things that could have gone wrong? And then you need to tell me how to fix those 2 things. So let's say I blew the candle out at 3 minutes instead of 5 minutes. That's a potential source of error. Well, then you can say to fix that, you would relight the candle and burn it for another 2 minutes, or start back over and burn for a complete 5 minutes. Okay? Easy little possible things that could have gone wrong. That's all you need to do, because these labs, like I said, are in your interactive notebook, which means they are due by the night before test day. So you don't have to do anything different with those. You'll access all of your labs. So like the next lab would be the mass and change lab. If you were to do the mass and change lab, you would go to Canvas, which I need to find here. There we go. You could go back to your modules and do the same thing. Click on the mass and change lab, which is right here. Again, if you're in person, you should be able to click on the PDF. I'm going to figure out why these aren't working. But for virtual labs, which is what you'll have when I'm absent, you'll do the same thing. You'll click on this. You'll